Hey guys, welcome to the Touchdown Table. I'm Ryan, that's Tyler, that's Jordan. Today we are going to be doing a prospect breakdown of Oregon quarterback Justin Herbert. If you guys respond well to these videos and like them, we will definitely do more prospect breakdowns in the future, so be sure to tell us what you think of this video. So Justin Herbert, projected to be a first-round pick, had a good combine. Let's start breaking him down.
Well, I'm going to say right now he better be a first-round pick because the physical talent that we've seen it throughout his entire career at Oregon, and a lot of the mentality stuff wasn't there at the beginning of the season watching Justin Herbert in his senior year. As he progressed later on, it started to get there. He seemed like he knew more what he was doing. He's a capable quarterback. He went into the combine just a couple of days ago and was on fire. Everything looked a lot better. He looked like he was already making improvements from the season. So that's kind of what inspired us to make this video. So I'm going to take it from where I left off.
Well, one thing, pretty much the first thing that I noticed when I was watching Justin Herbert film is his arm strength, because he can make any throw that you need him to make at any part of the field. That's obviously a big question that scouts want the answer to. Can you make every throw we're going to need you to make at the next level? Do you have the arm strength to get it there fast enough? I think he does, and you kind of hinted at it in the beginning, Tyler. I think he checks off all the physical boxes that you're looking for someone who could succeed in the NFL. I think he's able to take hits, and I think he's mobile, and I think he's got the arm strength to do well in the NFL. So he's such a physically gifted player. He's 6'6", 236 pounds, but he can still run when he wants to. So I think physically everything is there that you need to see.
Yeah, and you're talking about physically. Here's a little something from Daniel Jeremiah, what he said at the Combine. I brought this up in a different video, but if you did not see that, first of all, go check it out. It was our review of the Combine. A pretty good video, I would say. But he said that Herbert is a tricky evaluation. You like the production, and one thing he says is you like his size, too. I can't actually find it currently. Ryan was talking about his speed, how he can run when he wants to. He ran a 4.68 40, which is not bad for a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is. I was just gonna get to that point, but you took it from me. So good job by you. But a lot of things, like we've been mentioning, are very good with Justin Herbert. There are some things that can start to be a little cautious when you watch him throughout his entire career at Oregon. One thing me and Ryan have talked about before in actually the video on Wednesday, we mentioned it, but Justin Herbert in the pocket, sometimes he thinks a little bit too much, and he doesn't realize people are around him. He doesn't understand. He just doesn't see guys pressuring him, and sometimes he can get blindside hit from behind or from the side, and so he doesn't really fumble too much, but that could change in the NFL.
Yeah, and kind of building off of that, I think that really just to sum up the things he could work on, I think he's got to learn to go through his progressions faster, because as you just mentioned, what we talked about is how he just sometimes doesn't feel pressure, and he's just got to have better awareness of pressure. You know, he did a fairly good offensive line at Oregon, so sometimes I feel like once he got those first few seconds of pressure, he just had the notion that the defensive line didn't exist and that like sacks weren't a thing. So I just think he has great progressions. He knows what he's doing. He just has to speed it up a little bit to succeed at the next level. And I think that's a teachable thing, so I'm not too concerned about that, but definitely something to watch out for there as he develops in his rookie year.
It'll be interesting to see his translation to the NFL. He didn't really have any complete stars around him. He had some decent players, but no one was a complete star, so it'll be interesting to see him
pretty good
around.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but I was talking about like skill position.
Yeah.
And
that's Throckmorton and Jake Hansen and Shane Lemieux.
They also have, I hope I'm saying this right, Panay Sewell. He's a really good offensive lineman, but he's not draft eligible this year, but he had a great year. Just had to shout him out.
Yeah, and then another thing with Herbert is you probably know if you've paid any attention to college football, but he chose to come back and play again this year. He could have gone to the draft.
What do you guys think about that decision? Do you think it's going to end up being a good one for him?
I mean, if he went last year, I still think he would have been the second quarterback taken because the Cardinals were set on Tyler. But did I say Tyler?
You did. They were really set on you.
Yeah, they were set on you.
That's an insult to Tyler.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're about the same. They're about the same height. So
I don't think that was an insult.
I think Tyler should be taller than him.
Okay. And so they were set on Kyler and
not Tyler.
Yeah, whatever. So I really think Herbert wouldn't have gone number one overall. He might be in a Giants uniform right now if he declared last year, but I mean that's a what if scenario. But
also the Giants also really like Daniel Jones, so that'll be interesting to see. But
I probably would, if he declared last year, I probably would have had him rated as my QB1 if he declared last year, because you know my thoughts on Kyler Murray. But I mean that's a what if scenario. But I do think what
in front of Dwayne.
Yes, I would have.
Okay.
Yeah, but no disrespect to Dwayne Haskins in that regard. Well, if you
heard about the combine, you heard all the things about Joe Burrow's hands with his
Yeah.
small little baby 9-inch hands. Well, you can look at Justin Herbert.
hands.
His hands are 10 inches.
Double digits.
So
Yeah. Guaranteed Hall of Famer. It's
take
over.
that
It's
take
over.
that how you want.
Guaranteed Hall of Famer. It's
Why-
over.
What's like the average size hand for a quarterback?
I don't know.
I mean, well, 10 is pretty good and 9 is small apparently. So somewhere in between there.
All right.
And this isn't a hand professionalist show,
Yeah.
but it's the touchdown.
To be fair, though, I know it's kind of ridiculous in those statements, but the ball in the NFL is a little bit bigger than in college, so it's a little bit different. They do have to get used to it, and that could be a factor, not like a huge factor.
Yeah. But Justin Herbert is such a consistent, smooth thrower of the football. Every time the ball leaves his hand, it's never really wobbling.
Yeah.
I wrote that down in my notes, which I have right here. Every time the ball leaves his hands, it's a good spiral. Doesn't matter where he is, if he's in the pocket or outside of it. He always seems to, even if the ball doesn't go where it's supposed to, the ball looks good as it's getting there.
Yep.
A couple other things I want to mention. He recognizes pressure fast, and that's why he's good on plays like screen plays and slants, because he's able to fit into tight areas and able to react quickly if he needs to. It's on those longer plays where Justin Herbert can kind of get a little too comfortable.
Yeah.
So you think he'd be someone more fit for like a West Coast offense, you think?
I mean, I would say so. He's been playing on the West Coast his entire life, so
I mean, that's true.
Yeah. He grew up around Oregon, is that correct?
He did.
He's played football in Oregon for his entire life. Some people say that's a knock on him. Can he get out of that offense?
Yeah.
I don't think that's that much of a big deal. He seemed to enjoy the combine.
Yeah.
And also, you got to talk about character with these guys
Mhm.
because that's very important. Justin Herbert, from the interviews that I've seen him in and just seeing him on the field, it looks like he's having fun. It looks like he's a really cool guy to be around. He was a silent leader, according to teammates. But sometimes that's the best leader you could have.
Yeah, I don't think that should be an area of concern at all. I think, like you said, that could be a good thing. You definitely have to have those leaders in the locker room as long as it's someone. It doesn't have to be the rookie quarterback on his first day. No matter how good you are, you still have to, kind of break yourself into the league. But he is a guy. He's experienced starter. He was loved by his teammates at Oregon. So I think personality wise, I think he'll be great.
Yeah, and just you can kind of say it as the whole quarterback group overall this year. I think they are all pretty good guys from what I've heard from the combine and all that stuff.
They're confident, but they're humbly confident.
Yeah,
I'd say.
yeah, especially Joe Burrow.
All right, Ryan, I know your answer to this, but Jordan, I'm going to kind of put you on the spot here.
Let's do it.
All right, where would you put Justin Herbert right now in terms of the top QBs in this 2020 NFL draft?
Well, as most people do, I have Joe Burrow at 1. Some people are thinking Tua. I have to go and watch some film on the guys. I've seen some stuff.
I have to go and watch some film.
I'll just be honest with you. I will do that. Do not worry. I'm just finishing up some stuff first, and I will be on to that. But so in my mind, it's between Tua and Herbert. I still haven't made this decision, so I'm kind of doing it right in the spot here. This is not confirmed. This is not my confirmed rankings.
We'll review the play, so we're not confirming yet. Don't worry.
I mean, things can change. It doesn't have to stay consistent.
Yeah.
So who are you going with?
He's playing eeny, meeny, miny, mo in his head right now.
All right, Ryan, let's get yours because I know your answer.
Yeah.
Well, Herbert is my QB too, and I put him ahead of Tua just because of the physicality. I trust him more physically. I think he's built to last longer in the NFL. I just love how he's really the most physically gifted quarterback in this draft. I think he has the strongest arm of anyone in this draft. I think that you can trust him to take a hit. He's not a guy where you're going to be wincing every time he hits the ground. I think he's tough. He's physical. He can make every throw you need him to. I think his arm strength's better than anyone, as I said. And really, I just think he checks all the boxes. There's a few things here and there. And yes, there are concerns about anticipating pressure, but I also think Tua sort of panics when he gets under pressure too and just feels like he can't let the play end and that every play has to be a touchdown. It's really close. And honestly, a main factor for me is the injuries with Tua. I'm still concerned. I know the medical reports are coming back good. Just with Herbert having the combine and Tua doing nothing, I think that's going to boost Herbert's stock while Tua stays idle. So I just think that Herbert, I know tank for Tua was the thing, but Herbert is my QB2 right now.
So you're saying at the beginning of the season, the tank for Tua can now be Tua at 3 and having 2 quarterbacks in front of him.
Yeah, I'm Tua. Well, I'm not hating on Tua. I just have concerns with the injuries and a couple other things, physically and with his game. It's close, and he's a very solid QB3. So by no means am I trying to slight Tua.
Yeah,
Jordan.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I still don't have a decision.
Yeah.
So I'll postpone you guys on that one, give you
Okay.
some suspense for a future video where you'll be able to hear that from me.
All right. Well, I put you guys on the spot. I got to answer the question too. I have Justin as my third-ranked quarterback right now, just behind Tua, and Joe Burrow, obviously.
Yeah.
being
Burrow
up
at
front.
one is like the thing.
But I just feel like,
Don't say obviously. Some people do have to
Yeah.
I mean,
at
okay,
one.
okay, that's fair.
I haven't seen anyone
But
Herbert
it's just,
at one.
it's just the fact that we're all raving about Tua just not that long ago, and I know he's gotten hurt since then, and that is a problem. It's a problem, which is why I'm sure you said it yourself. You every time Tua hits the ground, you're kind of wincing.
Yeah.
It might be an issue, but I just feel like the talent that we've seen from him, I think he'll be fine in the NFL if he cannot start in the NFL right away. Right now, I'm going to say that. I know we're talking about Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert's a guy that I feel like can actually go on a team, maybe sit out like the first 3 games, and then he has to go in and play well.
Depending on what team he's on, he could easily be a starter too.
Yeah.
I think.
And Tua's a guy I feel like you have to wait and let his body heal a little bit.
You
and
don't
then
want
put
to
out
rush
there.
him, no.
Yeah. But, I mean, let's get back to Justin Herbert now. Just to recap some of the stuff we said. We said his biggest attribute is how strong his arm is. We talked about how he needs to be more aware in the pocket, a little bit better at throwing on the run. Great spiral ball when he does throw it downfield. Medium passes or short passes is always good. He's able to get the ball out of his hands quickly. That's a lot of things we covered. If you guys have anything else to add on quickly.
Sometimes he can be a little bit more aggressive, and then he never actually was never under center in college, so I'll have to get used to that in the NFL. But that is what happens with a lot of these college
I was gonna
quarterbacks.
say, like, who has been under center a lot? I'm thinking Tua definitely shotgun. Burrow was probably mostly shot. Yeah, I got to think about that. Very shotgun heavy class.
Yeah, and last year Kyler Murray was never really. He was never under center, but he's in an offense where they never run under center anyways.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to worry about
the
that.
air raid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd they go? 6-9-1, something like
That's
that.
a lot better than what they were before.
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
Yeah, rookie of the year.
Anyways,
Maybe they'll trade up for Jalen Hurts. Who knows?
we couldn't get through one draft video without you guys.
No, and then Spencer Rattler the year following. And whoever Oklahoma's court. Yeah, they're gonna keep this going.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys.
Cliff.
Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell. And comment down below your opinions on what we said. Anything you have to add. And with that, we'll see you guys later.
See ya.